What's going on, America? It's your boy, Cavi Kingpin, Just for the Hell of It podcast. We are back in the building on this Monday night. I got the team with me. Let's sound off, y'all.
Justified calling from Buffalo, New York on the eve before Christmas Eve. So happy Christmas Eve and Monday Night Raw style. Yo, Swamp Dog Millionaire here, man. Monday night. Feeling good. Good topic on deck. Fuck the Cowboys. Fuck them.
Oh, man. So the topic we're going to do tonight, we're going to talk about Eddie Murphy coming back to Saturday Night Live after 35 years and being honored. I think that shit is just monumental. And I should have known it was that because when they took that picture with him, Tracy Morgan, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, that's what they was, I believe they was taping, if I'm correct or whatever. But it was a monumental show. Go ahead. It was a monumental show, and that shit was dope.
Well, that was probably the best Saturday Night Live they had in forever. But the picture that they took, they were doing Coming to America and Bad Boys in the same.
Okay.
On the same set.
Tyler Perry Studios.
Like the way the show. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
They was at Tyler Perry Studios.
Right. But the way that the Saturday Night Live started off, you knew it was going to be funny because when they had him come out, Tracy Morgan, Chris Rock, and Dave Chappelle joined him on the stage. And Eddie Murphy cracked the joke. He said, "This is my first time being back in so long," or better way to say it, this is the first time black people probably watching Saturday Night Live since 1984.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
He cracked the joke. He was like, if you would have betted me, what he say, 30, 35 years ago, if I would be this famous and Bill Cosby in jail, I probably would have betted on it. He was wilding. He was in rare form.
Yeah. Oh, he went all, and like it was fun for me because like growing up, like one of the things I had the DVD of the best of Eddie Murphy Saturday Night Live, and he did all the characters, but one character in particular. My mom kept calling me when the shit was on, because she was like, "Oh, he did the Black Jeopardy, and he had Velvet Jones." And when I was a kid, I used to take my grandmother, God rest her soul, I used to take one of her wigs, and she had this wig that was like a honey blonde like type wig.
Yeah.
And I would sit there and I act like I was Velvet Jones, and I'd be talking about read my book, How to Be a Hoe. And my mother just be cracking up laughing and everything because of the skit. Yeah. So to see that and to see him actually doing, all that stuff, it was funny. Plus, that was the most watched, the most watched Saturday Night Live in a long time. Everybody tunes in to see it.
That was heavy.
Then he just put him back on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, you know what? Eddie a legend, man. Eddie's a legend. So, I mean, he a legend, and that was a good look for him. I'm glad it was not derogatory. It wasn't nothing. It was just like a legend being a legend. That was dope, especially for, Black America.
Oh, no, I'm surprised he did it.
Why are you surprised he did it, Slum?
I didn't think he would actually come back and do it because, he said he was going to stay away from the stage, but I guess since, because he's got a stand-up special that's supposed to be coming out, too.
Oh, okay.
And this was actually, I would say this is a good warm-up, to what to expect from the stand-up. Because, everybody knows Eddie Murphy stand-up. You got Raw and Delirious and all that. We know what he can bring to the table. So having him come back to stand-up, after doing SNL, man, that's going to be big for him.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's crazy. I'm glad they ain't throw nothing in there like him getting high with Rick James or nothing crazy like that.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did. Or he getting caught with a tranny. Rennie got caught with a tranny or some shit.
Yeah, he said he was dropping in the transvestite off. Yeah. But I mean, it's like like I said, he did it on his own terms. Plus, he just did the Dolomite movie, which was funny, and so I mean, and he's gonna have his stand-up is gonna be on Netflix. Then he got Coming to America 2 coming out and everything. And like I said, he did that was funny as hell how he did it. And Well, it would have been cool. It would have been cool because remember, initially when he announced that he was going to do it, Stevie Wonder said that he would be his musical guest. So if Stevie Wonder was actually able to, because I know at one point Stevie Wonder was getting ready to have a kidney transplant.
Oh, okay.
So, I hope all's well with him and that. But you remember they had an old sketch where him and Stevie Wonder was in it, because Stevie Wonder had hosted the show. And he was impersonating Stevie Wonder and had Stevie Wonder act like he was a Stevie Wonder impersonator. So that would have been cool if he had it on there, but he wasn't on there. Lizzo was on there, and it was funny because my mother called me back. Right? I talked to my mom the whole episode. My mom was like, "Who that big black girl jumping around on the stage, Jeff?" I was like, "That's Lizzo, bro." Yeah, well, she keep jumping, she might lose some of that weight. God bless her heart. I was like, okay.
Oh, yo, right quick, shout out to my boy. He got the new book on Amazon Prime called The Dollar Menu.
Yo, you a foul, man.
That's an insight.
You a foul.
No.
He did an interview.
No, my man, he got the new book, the Dollar Menu.
That's foul, man.
I'll find out.
Shout out to the humanitarian activists.
Give a shout out to the book, The Dollar Menu, man.
I don't know if I want to shout that out, man. I don't know if I want to shout that out.
Yo, right quick, Justify. So let me ask you a question. If a 46-year-old, not to go, just a sign, a 46-year-old man go up to some college kids and tell him he just transferred from UCLA to Morehouse. He's 46. And these kids is believing him. He get they math, as he say. Like, what you think of that?
I don't believe that story, bro.
No, yo,
I
for
don't
real.
either.
Huh? No, that's a true story. True story.
That really happened.
Yes, I'm not. Yes, I was shocked.
Well, I remember there was a movie called Back to School where the dude was in his 50s, but that was like, it was entirely different.
No, this was real. This was in a club and some college joints. Instead of it's like mad other females in the club that's of age, and he be like, "Yo, hold on, holla at, talk to her. Yo, what you major? I major in psychology." And I'm like, "No, you don't, man."
Bro.
Like, shoot, then he'll say, "My boy."
Man, that's about as bad as the bad people who go back to high school, act like they high schoolers, and they really like 30 years old.
That's called sex offenders, man. What you talking?
Because there's this one dude.
No, they'll go back and play sports and shit, acting like they transfer students or something like that.
Oh shit.
That's what happened. This one dude was like 24, 25 years old, went back to high school, and he was a basketball player. Yeah, he was like fucking around, getting triple doubles every game, and fucking some of the high school girls. They found out this motherfucker was a grown man.
That's crazy.
I mean, that dude was setting records in the tournament.
That's crazy.
And the only reason he got caught is because one of his old coaches recognized him.
Oh shit.
And he called him at one of the tournaments and was like, "Yo, you played for me 7 years ago."
This a true story?
This is a true story. This was in Texas.
You said he was getting triple doubles every game. Damn.
Yo, this dude was balling on these kids, man.
Then he was like,
They
he
just
was
look like
fucking
babies
out.
out there.
Damn.
Grown man status.
Yo, but I'm just saying. Let me ask you, what's the problem? Do you think something wrong with that?
Yeah.
Of a grown, he say,
lying about transferring from college and shit?
yeah, just to get her math, her number.
Absolutely. What happens if she finds out?
predator shit.
What'd you say? What
the
happened?
funny thing is, if let's say that the guy did all that just to try to fuck her, and it comes back, that could be counted as rape.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because over.
Whoa, hold on. Let's not shout out the
word.
dollar menu. Let's not shout out the dollar menu. Hold on.
Hey, look, real talk though, if they find the Beijing hair dye, man, they would know.
Yo, you know what? One thing he once said, and I know he don't talk like he not from the South. We was talking about some girls. He said, "I'm gonna handle my business. And I didn't know what he meant by that. I was like, "Why you talking like that?"
Yo, he was really talking like that because he be trying to sound like he's professional and shit.
He always kept saying, "I'm gonna handle my business. But like when it comes to females, what do you mean by that though?
Well, he said he gonna take it, even though it's a gift.
whoa.
That's kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, goddamn.
Let's slow down. Yo, let's not
Hey,
shout out the dollar
those are his
menu.
words, not mine.
But go ahead. Let's finish talking about Saturday Night Live. Go ahead, Just Fine.
Oh man, but Saturday Night Live, man, it was good. I mean, like I said, all the characters was okay. All the characters was, you know, he pulled out Gumby, he pulled out, like I said, Velvet Jones, he pulled out what was the other, Buckwheat, and Buckwheat do the damn what was that damn show where they in the costume singing and everything, Masked Singer, had him do all that shit. Yeah, but then he did extra shit, like he had there's this one where it's like a family dinner and show everybody, and it's like it was just funny as hell, and it was like. It's been a long time since I watched Saturday Night Live. Best way to put it. I mean, I know Kenan Thompson is holding everything down. He's doing good on there. It's still hard to see this motherfucker not take a good burger.
What happened to the other one?
Kel is an ordained minister now.
Oh wow. Where at?
Is it really? Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
so he retired from comedy?
I don't know if he retired from comedy, but I know a couple weeks ago I seen an article where he was just recently ordained after Thanksgiving.
Just on Dancing with the Stars, too.
Well, shit, his career, like, remember, he was the more popular one between Keenan and Kel. But, you know, Kel's pretty much holding everything down, doing everything. So I guess he just said, well, I'm going to just hold off. But shit, well, one of those shows was a half and half. He played this gay dude, this gay reality star.
Oh,
I remember that. So he was like, but like I said, the show, man, it was, like I said, there was a few things he didn't do. Like, he did Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. That shit was funny as hell. Yeah. So he did all the classics except, you know, he did all the main character classics that he used to always do, you know. And like I said, he should just, like, if it's possible for him just to pop back in and out on there, you know, every while, because he cracked a joke about Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. He was like, well, you know, all the white people came in here and bought up everything, and all the black people went back to where they came from, Atlanta.
Oh shit. Yo, I wanna also too, I wanna go back to this book on Amazon Prime. Like just
Yo.
The dollar menu. Slumdog, what do you think the dollar menu about? Like, keep it real.
Well, I mean, based off that IG bio, shit, it could be. I mean, if it's got as many items as the dollar menu has, I mean, it could teach you how to be a humanitarian, activist, aspire to inspire, you know, teach you well-being and health, you know, psychology, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, I read Miss.
And it's like, hey, this is all. What Jay-Z say? It's like this. I'm trying to give y'all $1 million worth of dollars for $9.99, right?
Oh shit, yo, I ran the Jamaican lady got mad at him because he wasn't working. She said, "You're lazy, man. You're lazy." She was like, "You're broke. In my country, you be gunned down. You're lazy, man. You're lazy." I was like, "Oh shit."
Hey man, shouts out to him, yo, true warrior out there.
Yo,
Hey, son, she's talking out that
Brooklyn,
say it again.
Brooklyn, the Bronx, the motherland, you know, 1999, the Kimbos, the Leather Vest, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's crazy.
And that Diddy shoulder rock, that shit.
Yo.
Shout out to that, man.
It looked like
2019. We going to 2020.
Like a 1996 total video or some shit. Like,
yo, he gonna be at a New Year's Eve party, dog, and I'm telling you, he gonna be out there dressed in all FUBU, trying to see our shoes on,
with a beeper.
thinking he the baddest nigga in the building.
Yo, shit, that's crazy. That's scary, man.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Oh shit, yo. I mean, y'all think, I mean, Eddie Murphy, he be on that, but I'm ready for a special. I say I'm ready for an Eddie Murphy special. If I heard that SNL, that was cool, but nobody, I personally don't give a fuck about SNL.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I haven't watched SNL in a long time. The only segment I liked off of SNL was Black Jeopardy. That was it. That's the only thing I've liked off of SNL recently. The last time I think I watched an episode was when Dave Chappelle hosted.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I watched.
Yeah, so, and I missed this one. I actually did not see this one. And I'm going to go back and watch it, though. But, yeah, man, I haven't been big on SNL either. I'm looking forward to the stand-up because I like the stand-up special and all that. And hopefully they don't give Eddie shit like they gave Dave Chappelle shit for his stand-up special, even though he was talking real shit the entire time.
Yo, that nigga's solid. I'm sorry, Dave Chappelle, one of the solid, and the top black comedians. Sorry.
I think a lot of people get shit for that stand-up because he was calling a lot of people out and they didn't like it.
Right.
And it was funny as hell.
Exactly. Not only did he call them out, but he made it hilarious.
Oh, shit.
And he had the people who was really pissed off about it for no reason. And like I said, he made, like I was supposed to say, he made valid points on everything. And, he actually, they showed at the end of it, there was a drag queen, it was a transvestite or a drag queen that he was friends with, who he would talk to, and she told him, keep doing what you're doing. Don't pay these people no mind. It's funny. I find it funny. And, ultimately she died, about a month or so ago. They didn't say, what? Yeah. But, you got these people. It's fucked up because the way, like D.L. Hughley said a long time ago, you got these people who are gay who get really easily offended by the jokes, but when they talk about niggas this and black people that, it's funny, ha and everything, but as soon as you say anything gay related, it's not funny. And he's like, well, if you can take a dick, you can take a joke.
Oh, shit, Jesus.
What, man? That's factual. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
And I think the problem is, it's like, this is a problem with society, not just them. Nowadays, everybody's soft, man.
Right.
You can't say shit without somebody getting offended.
Well, if you ask me, again, that go back to this generation. I think that's this generation. And that go back to cats we know personally. They can't take it, or the whole time they've been hiding in the closet. And what I mean by that is they've been that sensitive. They've been super sensitive.
Yo,
even Dave Chappelle said on the special, he was like, the lady, he said he did a stand-up, or it was a skit for a Chappelle show, and he used the word faggot. And they said, well, you can't use the word faggot because of blah, blah, blah. He's like, but wait a minute. He said, well, why am I able to say niggas with no problem? I don't leave it out. I can say it. She was like, well, you're not, you can't say faggot, you can't say that word because you're not gay. He said, well, I'm not a nigga either. Right. And, the whole crowd, the whole audience clapped because it's the truth.
Right.
But, it's like a double standard. And my thing is, like I said, you know my stance on everything with the LGBT community. If that's your thing, do your thing. I support you. But at the same time, they kind of leapfrogged over us, as far as getting stuff. They're like more respected. At one point, they were joked, then they started being more respected. But it's like, you have some of them that sit there and say that, they try to equate their rights to try to fight for their equality to the rights that black people have been trying to fight for forever. Right. And it's not the same. It's not. That's what I mean. If you want to say as far as fighting for equality, as far as being accepted, yeah, we both fight for equality in that aspect. But that's where it stops. They've been, they've been no dog sits on no gay people for trying to sit at Woolworths or nothing like that. I didn't see no French poodles being sits on no gay people or nothing like that. You know what I mean?
And guess what? You don't see gay people being attacked by canines and sprayed into the corner by fucking fire hose. So,
like I said,
respect to the community, but they can't be compared to our community.
If some shit like that happened, RuPaul would have a fucking army out there ready to fight. You say anything to a gay person wrong, they got a whole fucking army behind them.
Niggas with large ass biceps and sundresses, man.
Yeah, what's more?
and it's more accepted. It's more accepted than it is like, you know, the whole Black Lives Matter movement. They diss that. You got, so I mean, don't get me wrong. There was these idiots a few months back wanting to have a straight pride parade, which I didn't even understand what the fuck the concept was of all that. It's like nobody, and let people do whatever they want to do. I live in a city where nobody acknowledges Juneteenth.
Right.
But everybody,
right.
On the same time as Juneteenth is the Greek Fest and the Italian Fest, and everybody's there, and the news is all over all that. The news might show like a quick snippet of Juneteenth, but they get the fuck out of there before 2 o'clock because they think they're going to get shot.
Oh,
all right?
Jesus
but
Christ.
Because it's held at Martin Luther King Park up here. I know the organizer of Juneteenth, you know? And it's like, it pisses me off because you got people who live there all their life. They don't know nothing about that, but they know Dingus Day, and they'll cover Dingus Day. Talk about Dingus Day all the fucking time, and the Italian Fest, and the Greek Fest, and then there's another Polish Fest, you know, and then Oktoberfest. Anything that's not black will get the press.
Right.
Hell, when they do Pride Week here, they cover that. They pretty much cover that just a little bit more than they cover Juneteenth. So they get fucked over on that too. But the whole thing is, it's not the same, you know. And I didn't mean to stray off topic, but it's the truth. I mean, because I had a friend of mine who got in an argument with a friend of theirs, right? And the friend of theirs was a woman, but she's transgender now, so she identifies as a man. And she made, or he, you know, made the comment of, oh, well, gay rights are the same, you know, is the same as black people. They're fighting for the same things, just like how black people are fighting for it. Like, he equated the LGBT fight as the same as what African Americans have been going through for hundreds of years. And after my friend who's black said disagreed with her friend who is a white now male, the person hung the damn phone up and they won't talk. And
there you go. See, when they get frustrated, then they get frustrated and don't want to say anything because you can't find a valid argument back.
Because we're supposed to be understanding and okay, well maybe no, fuck that. My thing is, we are able to disagree on something, you know, but do it in a respectful way. If I don't agree with it, I'll explain why I don't agree with it. If you don't agree with it, explain to me why you don't agree with it. And then after that, we'll hash everything. Okay, agree to disagree. Feel that way after that. Okay, whatever. Let's go have a drink.
That's the point of the discussion. You know what I mean?
Right, but everybody want to be right and want their stuff heard. And if you don't agree with them, then fuck you, and you're wrong. And it's not
That's another major issue today, man. That's another major issue. Oh, if I would have heard that person, you know what I would have said? If you know Caitlyn Jenner is like their fucking god, I would have been like, yo, if you close your eyes and listen to Caitlyn Jenner talk, still sounds like Bruce.
Well, the thing I had as far as Caitlyn Jenner, my problem with Caitlyn Jenner was this. Now, when Caitlyn Jenner decided to transition to Caitlyn Jenner, I was like, well, you have your right to do what you want to do. Have at it, you know, whatever. But when Caitlyn Jenner won Woman of the Year,
which that made absolutely no sense.
And I'm sitting there, and that's what kind of threw me, because I'm like, well, wait a minute. You ain't even been a woman for a year yet, and you won Woman of the Year.
Right.
And, well, actually, he was on ESPN. That was a joke because Caitlyn Jenner beat out Jim Kelly, who was beating cancer. He beat out a female basketball player. Her name escapes me right now. But she had a cancerous tumor in her head and continued to play basketball and also get donations for the cause for other people because she knew that it might not help her, but it helps her out. It's pretty much the Jimmy V type of deal. And then there was a soldier. There was a guy who was a soldier who I think he lost the arm or leg or something, but they had all these people, and Caitlyn Jenner beat out the three of them. And that kind of messed me up. I'm like, well, wait a minute. But if anything, it kind of goes back to a show that we had a few weeks ago where we was talking about the transgenders and everything, because I see something today where there was a guy, he was born a male.
Yeah.
He's a transgender female. And he was not allowed, I think it was it looked like a female rugby team. And because the female said that they didn't want the transgender female in the they feel comfortable with the transgender female in the locker room with them when they was changing.
They shouldn't even be allowed to compete.
Right, because it goes back to the whole thing. There's been a lot of stuff because there's been these transgender females who were born males who played sports, and they played them as males, and they were getting their ass handed to them. And then when they go and become the female side, then they become, more dominant because they're not fully, they still have all their male, testosterone and everything. They're not all the way through the change and everything like that. And I'm not trying to sound funny or I'm not trying to sound, rude or anything. But the person in this picture, the person that they talked about, that person looked like the bully from the Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, no.
Like,
the dude, he was in Necessary Roughness. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, because matter of fact, I'm gonna send a picture to the group because I screenshot the shit from Facebook. Somebody said something in it. I screenshot it off the Facebook, but what killed me was it was like, I understand if my thing is I support you in what you want to do. If you want to you want to make the change over to the sex you believe that you are inside, the one that you feel that you are, go for it. But if you're a male and you're transitioning into being a female, don't play female sports because that's not fair. Because unless you have gone through the full-on transition to where everything is, changed over to where now everything is done to that point.
That don't even matter, though. Even if they did do that, it doesn't matter. Men are naturally stronger than this. That's
Exactly.
I don't care if you transition over. It does not matter. There was a transition, a man to a woman. Transition. MMA fighter. Fought a woman and broke her fucking skull.
Oh, shit.
Like, dude, seriously, there's a woman in Europe. I just saw this story maybe a week ago. A transition woman, a transgender woman. And she has been breaking records on the cycling circuit out there. And the news did a story on her. And was like, look, do you think it's fair that you get to compete against naturally born women? And this person tried to justify the fact that they should be allowed to compete because of equality and all this bullshit. Even if the goal, you have like 50 to 75 pounds on all your fucking competitors. Okay. More muscle mass, all that shit. It doesn't make sense. I respect people who transition if they want to do that. But it's not like be allowed to compete.
Because the one thing
that's some Joanna
said,
man. That's some Joanna man shit.
Right, but
that's exactly what it is. That's exactly
somebody
what it is.
made a comment the one day, and it made sense. They said that if LeBron James was let's say LeBron James wanted to transition into a woman.
Oh shit.
LeBron James would still be playing in the NBA and not the WNBA because ain't no way in fucking hell that would be fair.
Larry Johnson, Grandma
LeBron James playing the WNBA, I'm watching.
I mean, although I know one person that could probably take LeBron's head on, and I put my money on her.
Who?
Brittany Griner.
That's fucking crazy.
Brittany Griner is badass.
She said she could beat DeMarcus Cousins. Chill out. No. Hey, I think she's bad.
Basketball.
She is a real good basketball player. There's no fucking way she's going to be a grown-man professional basketball player. It's not happening.
Funny thing, because I followed her from when she was in college, right? And I would watch her play basketball in college, never heard her voice, right? I'm sitting there like, God damn, she's dominating the fuck out. And then when she talks, her voice deeper than mine. I'm like, God damn, she's a bad motherfucker. But, and that's the only person I could, because shit, I see her fight. And shit, she ain't fighting like no woman, like, how they always imagine that woman. Nah, she fighting like a straight up nigga off the corner. And shit. Yeah, but shit.
She fight like a woman?
Yeah, some of the WNBA players, though, they ain't shit. I see one of them that look like Flavor Flav, right?
Oh.
But they can ball their asses off. Like I said, I support the WNBA.
I'll give them that.
Yeah,
but you can take niggas from the fucking G League to play against them, and they would not win.
Well, shit, yeah.
That's just what it is. It's just natural. It's men and women. It's just natural. Serena Williams even said this. Serena Williams, the best female tennis player of this generation, literally said, you could take the 300th ranked man in the world and put her against him, and she would lose in straight sets. Why? Because it's a man and a woman.
I think she could take Federer, personally.
No, she can't. No, she can't, man.
I seriously think she could take Roger Federer.
No.
I think she could take look, my thing is this. The way that she trains and everything, and the way she does it, like, because one of the things that pisses me off as far as, like, when they do the comparison, like, I sat there, and they want to sit there complaining if a woman is, like, you know, complaining, like, when she went off on that judge, they made all these bullshit comments, but there was a dude named John McEnroe.
I heard of John
McEnroe did that all the time.
Yeah, he acted like a straight-up bitch all the time.
Yeah.
And they allowed it. They said, oh, it's the competitiveness of the sport. When she did it, they tried to make all types of damn women PMS jokes, and that pissed me off. I mean, my thing is, I'll sit there, I'd rather watch female tennis than watch men's tennis. I'd rather watch women's volleyball than, and actually, I don't like volleyball at all. But if I had to watch either one, I'll watch
what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm just saying this because I'm looking. You know, there's like they have sports where it's for male and female. Now I'll watch WNBA. I watch women's tennis. Hell, I watch when the college baseball goes on. I watch the men's college baseball. I watch the women's college softball. My thing is, I like seeing people who's actually competing and not just there because it's a required credit. I like to see people who's actually competing properly and going through everything. I don't watch swimming. I don't watch none of that other bullshit. I watch the competitive stuff. I watch women hockey, and man, shit, that's some scary shit.
Hold on.
No, I get you on that. I mean, I watch female tennis. I watch women's tennis.
Yo, bro,
I
side
softball.
note.
I can't watch WNBA, man. I can't do it. I can't watch WNBA. The shit is just not entertaining.
Yo, side note. Keisha Coles is hating on OT Genesis, so he put that song on the Pornhub. Did y'all hear that song? He did a re-edition of Keisha Cole's song, Love, I think.
And put it on Pornhub?
Well, she was hating on it. Like it's supposed to be like a parody / he a Crip. He a Crip from Long Beach. So he's saying cuz, she's saying love, he's saying cuz.
But I'm just saying Pornhub.
Yeah, well, that's what artists do now because Pornhub won't remove it for you. So like basically on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? But she was hating. I thought she was hating because I believe her career is not popping no more. Instead of embracing somebody else's, she was hating.
Show, that kind of just did it for her. You don't bring your family on and everything, fuck everything up. But what I was gonna say is, I mean, now WNBA when they first came out, and they also had the other league where they had Dawn Staley on it, the NBL. I watched both of those.
I can't do WNBA, man. I can't do it.
Oh, I had a thing for Lisa Leslie when I was a kid. Shit, I had to climb that mountain. I don't give a fuck. But that shit, you know. But the whole thing is, like I said, I'll sit there. My favorite WNBA team, Minnesota Lynx. I like Maya Moore. You know,
Maya Moore can ball. Skylar Diggins can ball. You know what I'm saying? Elena Deladon, she can ball. It's only like 6 or 7 of them that are actually entertaining to watch. The rest of the league is just,
Oh, that's a good point, man. It's just that you got to think about it. Much like how in the NFL, like, for instance, it's like y'all in Atlanta or on the East Coast, and y'all see, like, the people in your area, but, you know, I mean, better example, college football, because NFL, you'll be able to see it one way or the other. It's like in college football. We don't really know much about anybody west of Chicago because they don't really show all the stuff from there. You have somebody coming out the west who's better than the top person that everybody always sees in the east, and, you know, they don't really know about it. In the WNBA, they're still trying to get out there because there's a lot of sexism and shit. I mean, but, you know, you see how they...
Look, if I want to watch fundamentals, man, I'll just watch the Spurs play. It's just not. It's not fun to watch. It's boring. They can't dunk. You can't dunk. But you can't really shoot from there. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. It's not fun to watch. They show the segment of the All-Star game, the women's All-Star game, dog. It looked like a Globetrotters game, and they looked like the Washington Generals. It looked terrible. It was bad.
speaking as somebody who's only 5'6" tall, who can't dunk, I like seeing, whether, you got to think about it. If they can't dunk,
why you want to see somebody who can't dunk?
Huh?
That should be even more reason why you want to see somebody who can't dunk.
But dude, I watch the NBA all the time. I'm a big Sixers fan, so I'm watching that. But when the NBA is over and the summertime, it's just like with the NFL. I'm a diehard New York Giants fan, but when that shit ends, I watch the Canadian Football League. I like the Hamilton team. I like Hamilton Tiger Cats. I like the Edmonton Eskimos. I'm actually about to get season tickets for Hamilton, and I get a lot of people who sit there and they be trying to shit on me about liking the CFL. And it's like, well,
I wouldn't do that. I can't see why somebody did that.
Oh,
no,
shit.
but it's like the field's too big and all this. It's like everybody who the NFL claims is not good enough, and who's in a college, big college stars and stuff, are in the CFL. And hell, I wish they'd move back into America, because that way a lot of the dudes in Canada who play in Canada will be able to play closer to home. Because
and they were getting exposure down here too.
Well, shit, they're talking about doing it again. The Buffalo Bills kind of pissed them off, because a few years back they was doing the Toronto game, so they would come up to Toronto, take over the Sky Dome, and the CFL was like, well, shit, they gonna do that. We should be moving back. So, and actually, be perfectly honest with you, I sent the email to the commissioner of CFL at the time. The commissioner was a black dude. You ain't never see that shit in the NFL. But I sent him one. I was like, dude, I said, when I was a kid, what started me watching the CFL was they had teams in America. And so I sit there and watch the games, and then, shit, they ended up getting ready. After Baltimore won, they moved everything back north. And I'm like, not only did I tell them that they, ask them if they would move back, I even sent suggestions and stadiums suggestions. I'm like, look, St. Louis got a damn dome they ain't using. I said, shit, Memphis got a damn stadium they ain't using. San Diego got a stadium they ain't using. And then on top of that, I just tell them, shit, play at a soccer field, because shit, these MLS teams.
Oakland's about to get, Oakland's moving too, so they got a stadium out there.
Right. And the whole thing was the CFL had a team in Sacramento. The CFL had a team in Las Vegas. The CFL, they had teams in Shreveport, Louisiana, Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah. Like I said, the only thing you don't do is do not, under any circumstance, put a team in a city that has an NFL team. That's where everybody fucks up at. It's like, right now with the XFL coming back, all the damn teams are in cities that have NFL teams. I'm like, learn from what Trump fucked everybody up with the USFL. Because every one of those USFL teams, for the most part, except for a few teams, played in teams that had NFL teams. But
the schedule was different, though, right?
It was a spring league. It was just almost like the CFL, except theirs ended before the NFL season started. But Trump kept pushing it, and he fucked everybody up. That's how Herschel Walker, Jim Kelly, and all the other people ended up in the NFL. But in Canadian, that's about the. I just got the schedule for Canadian. That starts up end of May, beginning of June, and this season in. Their championship game, their Grey Cup, is the week of Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow.
And shit, they be going hard. And like I said, the Grey Cup in 2021 is going to be in Hamilton. So if I get season tickets now, that assures me tickets to the Grey Cup. But I just hope, like, fuck, it ain't cold. It's snowing. I saw a Grey Cup a couple years ago. I forgot where they were playing that, man. It was white as shit.
Oh,
Snow
shit.
everywhere. Sheryl Crow comes out on a sleigh, get pulled by some dudes, and she dressed up like a hooker. And man, dude, she was that, like, she was like 80% naked in the snow. In the snow in Canada, shit. And but she performed and she did a good show and everything. But they play. If that was anything, they play, and the rules might be a little different, but they could still hit. They ain't doing the CTE worries that they got down in NFL, the fucking discrimination issues and all that other shit that's going on in NFL. The CFL don't allow them. They are on it. They sit there, they do the stuff properly. NFL just think that just because who they are and how far they got, they ain't got to do nothing. Yeah, we done And I'm sorry, Cabby. Cabby, I'm sorry. We done jumped off subject. We done crossed
Oh
three.
yeah, we
four
about to
different
wrap it
damn-
up,
yeah, I was
man.
about to
You
say, we
you to
talking about a whole
get
bunch of shit.
you sound like a spokesman
But
for CFL, nigga.
But the whole thing is, I mean, hey, we talking just for the hell of it, all right? I mean, multiple things is going on. It's the holiday season. I got my brothers on the damn line, and this is how it goes. I mean, just imagine we on
Yes,
the phone
sir.
doing this shit. If we in person doing this shit, you know we gonna be talking some crazy shit, and it's gonna be some alcohol.
Yeah, I really think we need to do a Christmas joint.
I thought we was under.
Are we gonna do
we
it?
can.
We doing the Christmas?
We always do a holiday one, like a holiday wrap up.
We definitely got to do that. We definitely got to do that. So are we doing it on Christmas or you want to do it tomorrow?
Doesn't matter to me. I'm off both days.
I'm off too.
Yeah, it don't matter to me either because I'm off both days.
All right, so let's.
And I start my new job on the 6th.
Oh, dope! Congrats, bro.
Yo, congrats on that. Hell
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
man. I had to get the fuck out. I was in a bad situation at the other place, man. I had a manager out to get me, and I ain't do nothing wrong.
Don't say nothing illegal because if she passed away, we getting sued.
Nah, I don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing like I kill that
I got
bitch.
the better. I got the better of it because I got out.
Okay, cool. So yo, we're gonna wrap this up, and then definitely let's wrap. Let's do the final thought. Far as I'm gonna just say go back to the SNL. Eddie Murphy, legendary man. I can't wait till he get a stand up, and I just think it was a good look for him. Go ahead, yo.
All right, actually, Plum, did you want to go first, or you want me to?
Oh, it don't matter. It don't matter.
All right, I'll jump on it first. My final thought. Saturday, I felt like I was a kid again. I got to sit down. I was watching one of the greatest comedians of all time on TV, video, showing that the stuff that he did 30-plus years ago was still fire now. I can't wait to Coming to America come back out. I can't wait to this stand-up come back out. And I'll just say quickly as far as the other stuff that we were talking about real quick. Everybody needs to be fair. Everything needs to be equal. Go Minnesota Lynx. Happy holidays.
Well, I'm going to say this, man. I'm glad Eddie Murphy is back. You know, his career is back on track now, man. I'm excited to see what the future holds for him, what he's got planned for us to see. Also, I just found this. This is actually kind of funny, man. Bill Cosby actually talking shit about Eddie Murphy. Said he's tuning for the whites. This is real. He actually said this. And Bill, just stay in jail, man. That's where you at. I don't see you getting out. But shout out to Eddie Murphy. Shout out to SNL. You know, shout out to women too. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful or anything like that. I just think the WNBA is born. That's just me.
That's it.
And wait, hold on. You said Bill Cosby was talking shit about Eddie Murphy in jail?
Yeah, he did. His publicist came out today and said that because he made a joke about Bill Cosby and his mom.
That shit was funny.
And Bill Cosby says Eddie Murphy is tuning for Hollywood.
Wow.
You
Old nigga is bitter.
Called him a Hollywood slave.
The old nigga bitter. Fuck that nigga. Shout out to Eddie Murphy.
Fuck that nigga. Fuck Oprah too. Fuck you, Oprah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Oprah.
Shout out to Eddie Murphy.
You say Color Purple. You need to come back. You ain't jump up and say nothing about Hopper whooping your ass. You need to leave people who actually is innocent alone and look at your friends.
Oh shit. Just from the Hell of It podcast.
Off the boat.
Niggas wildin'.
I say I have no